before solo
meet her because I couldn't do it. Absolutely.
Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well and staying safe, and thank you so much for checking back into my channel. So today's video I'm going to be talking about 5 things to know before solo traveling to Korea. Yes, if you guys may or may not know, I did recently take a trip to Korea and it was such an amazing experience. It was my first time solo traveling, so you know, why not go all out, right? I did vlog the whole trip, so if you haven't seen the videos yet, I've got part 1 and part 2 up on my channel right now, so don't forget to check those out. This will apply if you're solo traveling to Korea, if you're thinking about solo traveling, or if you're traveling with loved ones. It will all be relevant still. But yeah, I definitely want to keep the momentum going. I've seen that a lot of you guys really enjoyed the Korea vlogs, which is great. So I definitely want to kind of continue it on. Some travel tips like this, or just anything that's Korea related, definitely let me know down below. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see you guys' thoughts on that. But without further ado, don't forget to follow me on all of my social media platforms, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content. And guys, what are you thinking? With the blue hair, I thought I might as well bring it back, because I did have blue hair when I was in Korea, so I thought I might as well bring it back for the theme. So yeah, so make sure you stay tuned. So the first on my list is to have a plan. Now this might seem very obvious, obviously, but it is a good idea to just have a set plan of what you want to do on this holiday. So this might not apply to everyone, but in my situation, I did make a plan of the things that I wanted to visit each day. Now, of course, there was times where I kind of swapped them around, but it was just generally to know exactly what I was doing. And with that plan, I just gave it to my loved ones so they know you know, where I would be around, you know, during that week that I was there. So it will be definitely a good idea to do the same if you are planning on solo traveling as well to Korea, just to make sure you have a set plan of what you want to do. And then also it just comes with the prep. So I went during June and it was very, very humid, guys. So, and I made sure to bring an umbrella as well, because during that time they have their you know, I don't know what to call it. There's definitely a name. It's not monsoon, but it's like a time when it's very hot, but it rains a lot. But luckily when I was there, it didn't rain too much. It rained a little bit, but not too much, but it was very nice and warm. So just make sure to do the prep, have a plan, so that you're good to go. Now, so for those of you who are not familiar with those 2 apps, they are basically Google Maps. They have their own version, which is either Kakao Map or Naver Map. Now, it works the same way, so you can input your destination, and it's pretty accurate as well. So it just lets you know, how to get to certain destinations, whether you're walking there or whether you're taking the subway and things like that. So for me personally, I downloaded the Naver Map, and I can say it really did help. Like, it was very accurate. You know, train times was very accurate as well. So because I was using the subway quite a lot, so obviously the Naver Map was just amazing in that situation. So make sure to download those 2 apps so you can choose one or the other. I personally use Naver Map and I've got no complaints. I thought it was really useful and efficient before you travel to Korea. So the next thing to know before solo traveling to Korea is the QR code. Now this is very, very important, because without this you actually won't be able to enter Korea. With the Korean government, they require all travelers who are visiting Korea to fill out a QR code application form, submission form. So what it just allows them to know is, who's entering, their health status, the hotel they're staying at, passport information. So that all that information all comes under the QR code. Now, filling this out, you have to do it 72 hours prior to travel. Double check though, I will put the link where you can find that information down below. But in my situation, I filled it out 3 days before I traveled, and once I filled it out, instantly I got sent an email which had the QR code, and this is what I used to scan at immigration, and then I passed through with no hassle. So now of course, because with news I think of this year with the whole COVID testing, all the requirements and things like that, so all of that have been scrapped. All the information will be on that QR code, so it's very, very important to fill that out, because without that you will not be able to enter Korea. But the most important thing also to know is that with Korea, they do tend to have a lot of Wi-Fi hotspots and things like that, so you'll find it at the station, in cafes and restaurants. What I found to be most convenient was to purchase a Wi-Fi power bank at the airport. What you do is you tend to go to the stalls that shows Wi-Fi, and you can rent it for the duration of your stay. So I rented mine for just about 5 days, and it's with unlimited internet, so you will have no problem. So they'll give it to you in just like a little bag, and it comes with a charger and then a instructions manual as well. So it was very easy to set up, and it does come as a charge as well, so depending on how long you want it for. But it's also important to remember that once you are done with the power bank, you would have to return it to the same stall, and all that will be in the information guide, and normally they're quite easy to set up and things like that. So I would definitely recommend to purchase the power bank Wi-Fi, whatever you want to call it. Definitely purchase that at the airport, because it will just save you so much time. So this was actually probably one of my favorite things to look into, was the tours. Now, because obviously I was traveling solo, I definitely wanted to be around people as much as possible, just so it doesn't feel like I'm legit on my own. Personally for me, I use Get Your Guide. Now this is not sponsored, by the way, it's just a recommendation. I use Get My Guide. Was it Get Your Guide? I think it's Get Your Guide. But yeah, I use this app to go on my Gyeongbokgung Palace tour, and then I also used it for my tour when I did pub hopping in Hongdae. So that was really fun. It was very, very easy to use. Essentially you just select the tour that you want, so you pay for it, and then it gives you the meetup time, and it gives you a code as well. I think it's like a QR code that you would have on your phone, so it sends that to your phone, and then you just show the receipt to the tour guide, and it's just that simple and easy. So I would definitely recommend it, especially if you are traveling solo, because I think it's great to kind of go on your own momentum and just check out things on your own time, which is great. But also I thought it would be really good to do a tour guided experience, especially when I went to the Gyeongbokgung Palace. I did that in the tour as well. It was really, really great. Like, I had the whole experience of wearing the hanbok, so it was really fun. And our tour guide, she was Jenny, she was so lovely, and she took us around the temple, and then we went to the villages and things like that. So it was very, very good. And by the way guys, that is such a good price, literally. So I would highly recommend to book your tours, and you'll be good to go. Now obviously I don't speak Korean like that at all. The most I know is just saying hi and bye, thank you, things like that. But I think for the most part, if you are an English speaking traveler, then you will be okay traveling around. You won't have any difficulty as such, because especially for example with the trains and most restaurants, they have English subtitles under it as well. And in the station, I did explain this in the vlog, but I got kind of lost in the station, and I was a bit concerned because obviously I was thinking, how am I going to explain my situation in Korean? But luckily train staff were very helpful, and they spoke English as well. So my advice would be just to brush up on your Korean just to know the basics at least, and at least that way you'll be able to get around. Okay, but yeah, as I mentioned, if you are an English speaking traveler, you shouldn't have any major issues with, you know, visiting the country and getting around, because most of the stuff is in English subtitles. But I will, you know, just suggest to learn just the basic words, and it could just help, you know, in the long run, even though it's a few words. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed my quick tips on traveling to Korea. So if you guys are interested in knowing more about my time there, or just any other questions you may have, just let me know in the comments down below. I definitely want to keep this up, keep this going. I'm happy to share. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you all enjoy your day, and don't forget to follow me on all of my social media platforms, and also don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Until next time.